In this video, we will put a NMO mount on the Honda Pilot. This is a 2016, so third generation. It has a shark fin antenna right on the top, and that antenna is just used for XM radio. And I don't listen to the satellite radio at all. So my idea is to remove that shark fin and use the existing hole for the antenna mount. If you already noticed there, I have an antenna mount. This here is right now for 2 meters 70 centimeters, but I also want to use that one for the HF ham sticks. So I want a dedicated mount just for the 2 meters 70 centimeters with NMO, and then so I have easier access to the HF stick for operation. So I was online and saw one guy's video installing a mount on his VW, was it Golf or Jetta car, right at the place where the shark fin is. So he didn't have to drill in a new hole. And that's kind of my same thought here, is to do minimal impact on the car. Just like here, the only impact that I had is I did cut this cover for the roof rack, but you could replace that roof rack and it would look like new again. So I went out and purchased right here this NMO mount. That one has a GPS antenna on it. I really didn't need the GPS antenna, but why this mount is it has a bigger area that covers the whole better. So I don't have any issues with the existing hole. I did spend a little bit more and get the newer version of the GPS antenna in case I ever want to hook up a GPS receiver. So I purchased that without opening up or removing the antenna yet. So I'm not 100% sure if everything will work. Normally I don't like to buy blindly like we did here. But in this case, I also didn't want to have a car disassembled for quite a while, because what we end up with is having to drop the liner inside. So that will be a little bit tough. Hold on a sec. So here we have the mount unpacked. The front part is the NMO mount. I did buy a nice little cover that you can screw on. That comes separate. It does not come with the mount directly. But in case I don't want to use the antenna, I can put that on to protect the mount. Then the bump back there is the GPS antenna, and right here is the mounting plate. Comes with the coax cable. The antenna coax cable only the GPS coax has a connector on it. The antenna one does not by default. Some vendors will crimp the antenna connector on it if you want to. I'm not totally sure what length I want. On the connectors, I probably just put BNC on it, because I have the radio in the back and I can swap around my antenna configuration easier with BNC. Okay, so that is the plan for today. So here's the satellite antenna, so right around, can't see much, right around here would be where the hole is, so we have to drop this a little bit. That means we remove the trim right here first, and maybe then the headliner will drop down. So right here's the antenna, and we have plenty of cable, and that cable will go down this column. Hopefully I can just shove it down and don't have to remove too much on it. So depending on how much I have to remove, we'll see how long this project's gonna take. Okay, we got some light here to work. So the first plan is to drop this plastic trim piece on the roof right here. So we have the light to worry about and the seat belt. So the first thing we do is drop the light. Behind the light are some screws that we need to undo. And then we can pop that down, feed the seat belt through. That's the plan. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Somewhere I have to get in here and pop the plastic out without breaking, hopefully. Always the hard part. Instructions are always just pop it out. Simple as that. Not getting anywhere right now. There, it came out a little bit. Okay. So this side we have, just yank on it, I might break it. So I don't want to do that because there are some tabs right here. There we go. Okay. How about this here? Come on. I want to come down. Okay, we got it. Doesn't look like we broke anything. So just some Phillips. No, those are star screws. Or yeah. So let me get the right screwdriver. So I looked a little bit around and both the Phillips screwdriver would fit into it, and I have an 8mm and that fits. So I'm just gonna use the 8mm so I don't mess up the Phillips head. So there are two of them in here. And then the light should, no, the light is clipped onto the trim, but the trim already comes down a little bit. So that's what you want. So let's go ahead and start popping the trim here. So we have to find where the clips are. Oh, that's nothing. Those are the screws. So definitely behind here is something. Otherwise, that would come down. I might have to start from the outside first, then here from the inside. Yeah. Start from the outside. There we go. Very easy from the outside. You just pull it straight down. There. Now we're just up on this side. totally sure it should be straight down. Oh man, that's pretty good back there. Let's see if we can move it some way. Just one point. Oh, yes, it comes pulled back. Okay, so we have a small wire here for the light bulb. So let's take this out. Now I can show you right there. Let's give you a round here. So right here's the wire. Then take this in the hand. Oops, sorry. So we have the wire. We have here the clips that go straight in here and right there. So there's a seat belt that we need to feed through it. Right here's another clip, and I can show you the front part probably later better. Yeah, let's do it later. So let me unhook this power wire. So yes, I dropped here the liner, and if you look right here, the black plastic, it has two openings. So right there is where these plastic pins from the ceiling slide in. So they have an opening right here that holds it up. So you have to pull it forward, you cannot push it down. So right here, see that? No, you can see it well. That white beige one, there's the other one. So now we are looking from the inside out. So you definitely have to pull it back. And here we have the seat belt. So now we drop the liner. If we just go ahead and look, so we have here and here another plastic fastener. We need to drop them so we can go behind the liner, and we'll need to see how that works. Is it that might be slightly harder here. Don't want to damage the liner. Not the liner, I mean. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, not on the other side. So I have this special kit here. Let me pull out the right tool. So I have this cheap kit of trim removal stuff. The hard part is to know what you should be using for what. So let's take this guy here and see if we can push that behind it and then pull it out. Oh yeah, that was nice. So right here is the clip. So it's just a plastic clip. Let's do the same thing here. Push it in and pull it out. Perfect. And that's it already. It's a little bit hold on the side columns. Not sure that's gonna cause problems. It doesn't come down as much as I thought it would. Craporama. Maybe I have to pop off the sides a bit. Going around, what do we see so far? Not much here. Let me see, can we turn the light on and then peek in here? Oh, right up there is already, no, that's a ground screw. No, that should that be it? You can't see it yet, can you? Right there, you see that big screw? This thing here, I think that's it. So let's see if we can get in there and work on that. I went ahead and popped out that rear light as well in order for the headliner to drop down a bit more. Didn't do much of a difference. I still don't have much room there. I can reach in with my hand. So I did remove the nut of the fish fin, and it uses a 11/16 screw, not the wrench, sorry. But if you compare it right to the one that I purchased, that is much huger. So I don't think that will work. At least not with the same hole. So I started pulling on this here a little bit and it came off. So right here we have a elongated hole. So right there's the cable. I have to unhook that so I can pull that out and see what we have. Okay, I got the antenna out. So the plug here is right on the other side here. You need to push that in order to does it focus on the right thing, in order to pull it out. So that was a two-handed experience here. If you turn on the light right there, I did pull it out of the holder, this wire, and that's the connector there. So that was a little bit finagling. But now we have here the long hole and we have to see what the heck we can do with that. So obviously my idea here with this antenna mount does not work. It would cover up the hole nicely, but I do have to enlarge in the hole, and not yet 100% sure if I want to do that. I might still go ahead and do that. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of bummer. So for reference, I do have this NMO mount lying around. That one would be nice and small. It would go through that hole, I think. If I unscrew that, it would, yeah, pop in. Kind of like, maybe not. Oh, you would have to squish it between that. But the problem is this ring that goes in like that, it has a rubber seal. That won't cover the elongated hole there at all. So that is a problem there. Bummer on that part. So measuring the hole, it's a little bit more than 12 millimeter wide, about 12.5, 12.4 millimeters. And in inches, it would be nearly a half an inch wide. The length of the hole is right here. I haven't read that yet. So take a look and I pull it out and check it out. So what do we have here? So I definitely would have to cut in to the material here. If I do that, don't put that down, this will scratch. If I do that, I do have to put some paint around it so it doesn't rust. The seal does seal a little bit past there, so I might be okay with that. Definitely want to do it higher up, right around here where I widen that. Yeah, now I have to make a decision whether to abandon this idea or continue on and do actually changing insulation. But what I wanted to point out here as well is right there you see the rubber seal. So you do have a little place here in case you want to install the old antenna again. It should seal it fine on it. The other thing to consider if it's a go or no-go is we need to have space for this screw part to be between the roof and the roof heading, so we can put that padding back up. So I did make a measurement on the depth of this here, and we are right at 20 millimeters, or whatever that is in inches there. It's 3/4 of an inch, a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch. So now we have to figure out how much space do we have in here. I think the best is measuring the clearance from this bracket to the roof. Oops, sorry. Let me turn on the light here. Oh yeah. So measuring the distance from the seatbelt bracket to the roof to see how much of a clearance I have. Again, I need 2 hands for that, so I'll let you know about the what we come up with. So I'm not gonna get the vernier calipers in there. So the easiest way, I use this little box here. It's very great bicycle tire patches. Definitely recommend those ones. So if we have room for that in the roof, then we are fine. And that's the big question here. So let's shove that up underneath here. I cannot just shove it, well, right up there. It fits in fine. And not sure if I get that back if I just lay it in there, but let's okay, I just put it up there. Now I push it up and it's fine. It's totally fine. There's plenty of room between that. Okay, so that is not a problem. Hello there. So you pretty much know the answer already. So we went from a non-destructive installation to a destructive installation. So the idea is that I'm gonna probably leave that up there most of the time, all of the time, and I plan on keeping the car for a long time. And even if I don't, the hole should be still small enough that the inside seal of the fin should still seal up that hole fine. And if I wanted to, I could revert that as well. Did stop, check with wifey, and she says just go ahead and do it. So the one thing she said is don't bend the roof so it wouldn't seal around there. And the other thing that we don't want to do is damage the paint. So I went ahead, taped down here in the hope that that helps with the paint a little bit. I put some guides on it, so this should be about the center of the hole. That's the other end of the hole, so I don't go too far forward. I made a black mark on the drill, so I should not reach the black mark. That would be too far. Then the question is, how well does the drill holes into a elongated hole? That's gonna be the tough part here. Because I'm kind of sliding back and forth here. scary. Definitely scary. I need to go even higher speed. Shoot, that really kicks. Sucks. Yeah, this drill is. Just don't know here. Wonder if I should just file that out. So right now I have really good growth. The other one might be better. How would that now fit in there? So where are we? Are we there? Let's see. I think we're there already. Yep, better stop now. So now let's take the edges off. That's actually pretty good there. That looks pretty good too. Yeah, awesome. Let's clean up here with the vacuum cleaner. Remove everything and We probably want to put some paint on there just to reduce the rusting. Let's see if I have something there. But first, let's put all the tools away. So I take this off a bit so I can paint here without spreading too much paint somewhere else. Now we have to find paint first. So here's a close-up of the whole sofa. Doesn't look too bad. Oh, I should check if there are any burrs. Nothing too bad. There's a little bit. Actually, if you look there, should probably go by with the file there. Found some touch-up paint that's totally dried up, so I need to go grab some paint. So what I want to do is just put some paint right where I drilled, so it doesn't start rusting on there, just as a preventative measure. So I have to go out and find some paint. Gonna take off the burr there and then I'll come back and install that. So I did put a little paint around the edge of the drill, of the metal where I drilled, just so it doesn't rust. It's definitely not exactly the same color as the car, and with these paint sticks you never get the right color. You can't keep all of them, but in my case that shouldn't be too big of a problem because that's on a hidden spot anyway. So I'm gonna tear off the tape here and try to make this spot here squeaking clean, so the new rubber seal will tighten up, and then put the antenna mount on here. Oops, sorry. So we're back in here. The cables will be coming down from in there. So now I have to thread this nut through the wires. Oh no, actually not. I don't have to. The wires come out on this side, I think. I'll have to check that out. Which way is gonna happen. They come out this, I don't have to thread them through the wire. Through the nut. Let me see. So right here I can show you the wire comes out, and this nut with the teeth has here a flat opening for the wires. There's also a black metal that goes to the inside, so that goes into this here. So you kind of have to rotate this washer with the teeth properly so it goes in the proper spot. And it's a little bit hard. Oh, right up here you see how this has the notch in there that goes into this groove of the bolt. So you kind of have to fiddle there to rotate that, and then you finally can move the nut and tighten that. So I loosely tighten that. I now need to align this here so it's nice and straight. I'm gonna try to use a tape on that just to fixate that and see if that works. So right here is what we have set up. Tighten it fairly decent. I think it's pretty straight. Eyeballing it. As mentioned, I put the NMO on the back so I can kind of reach it when I stand on the tippy toes. So this part is done. Now comes the challenge of routing the wires. The VHF radio is in the front, the HF radio is in the back here. Running it under the panel would be awesome, kind of. The only problem is the side column has the airbags. That side column. Otherwise, I could pull it down this way and have the antenna up front, which would be actually kind of awesome. Hold on. It's sitting up here front, just holding the antenna cable up and down. It definitely has just enough cable here to run it on the ceiling. So if I would come down on the bottom and then run across to the front, it wouldn't be long enough. I most likely would put in a BNC connector on the back anyway. But if we did that, we have the airbag here, and that would be somewhat challenging. I think we can take off this trim here, and right there's the airbag. I don't know if we could put it right next. Oh, you can't see anything, can you? How about if I do this here? Does that work at all? So if you pull this back here, you see here the airbag. So if you put it right on that trim here and then bring it down, that might work. Maybe. I'll explore this. Okay. Decided to go ahead and remove the pillar so we can run the wire nicely along that side. I think that would be perfect. Checked on the thing here.
and we are supposed to take off this tab just by prying behind it, and we did that. And right here we have a bolt that we have to take out. So hold on. Not sure what size that is. Oh, perfect. Got the right size. This is 8 millimeters and not that tight either. So I could just twist it off by hand. So now the pillar should just pop out. That's what they said. There was not a clip on there. Then we pull it toward us, and we have a speaker here that we need to unplug, and there we are free. Oh, that speaker has a capacitor right next to it, if you see the little orange thing. Cool, nice. Anyway, so now let's go ahead and look here. So right here we can come down under the trim. Somehow have to watch out that I don't cross the airbag here. Then come down here, or tie it up back here, and then come down through the dashboard there and come on the bottom out. That would be perfect. Right here is the speaker if you're kind of interested, and a little capacitor right next to it on it. And this is the clip that clipped right in here, and up here, oops, up here we have the bolt that holds on the plastic. So the idea then is to come down, probably go again under this here to under the passenger seat. That's where the radio is gonna be. So let's do that. Yeah, another thing that we have to figure out is how to run the wire in there so it doesn't rattle too much. Don't want to have rattles. The next thing we are removing here is the handle, just so we can drop this a little bit and work behind it to route the wire nicely. And the handle is a little tricky. You have this plug right here in the front, where you come in from the both sides, this side and the other side. Oh, that works. If I can get into the other side here. And we have to pull it out straight. Oh man, easier said than done, I tell you. There. Let's do this, and then maybe we can put a screwdriver behind it that's a little sturdier. Oh, dude, don't hurt myself. No, no, no love on that side. So it just needs to come out straight, because that's a straight plug. That holds two tabs in. That's not working. Easy, they said. Easy. Very simple, they said. No problem, they said. And I'm not having any luck pulling that straight out. If I don't pull that out straight, we're gonna break it, I'm sure. That's not what we want. Okay, this thing is in there. On the other side, it just doesn't want to move there at all. On this other side here. Oh, there we got something in. No, I can't get in this side, I bet. That small screwdriver. There's a slight indentation on that side. Easy days, that. It's not happening. Definitely not happening here. Okay, so now I have a little room there. Can I put the big screwdriver in on this side? It's moving a little bit. This is just not happening, is it? Very easy, they said. Sometimes you're working on stuff that never worked before. Okay. So we do get it a little bit out. Oh my. But still a little bit lopsided. What is going on here, Houston? Oops. Ooh, there we go. Yay! You just pull it straight out. And we have to do the same thing over here. Oh boy. Oops. Let me grab a smaller screwdriver. Let's see if that works. So this one goes under here, this one goes under there, and then we push it, pull it, push, pull. No. Yeah, no. I just don't have any luck here. somebody was showing how simple that was. Oh. Okay, starting hurting myself. That's not good. Would be nice to stay blood free on this job here. Oh, all of a sudden somehow it moved somewhat nicely. Yeah, it comes back again though. And now it falls out. So here are clips that you push together and then the handle comes out. At least that's what they told me. So we're pushing these clips together. And nope. Yeah, it was already kind of moving here. And no. Nope. How about I use a plier? Have some this one's work. Not quite. There we go. Okay, got the handles out. So now we have a little bit flex. Probably still have a point right here where the sun visor is. So I don't know if we can remove the sun visor. Probably would be a good one. So right here is the clip. That clip went into the handle right here, and that blocked these things from collapsing together, which you have to do in order to pull that out. Interesting way this all is set up. So let me check if there's any guide on removing the sun visor. Okay, this is gonna be another interesting one. So right up there, we're looking from the windshield on the sun visor. So right up there is this tab. I need to push that in, then turn the sun visor back like this, and then it pops out. I'm not gonna be able to set the yeah, it's not gonna happen that you can watch me work on that, so bear with me. I'm just gonna remove the sun visor here and then come back. Okay, right here's the mechanism. So that's the tab that you push in, that is right out here, in order to rotate the whole assembly so it comes out. Definitely looks way easier on YouTube again than it is. Right here is the connector that you pull out, and now if I turn on the light here, we can see behind it where we can run our wire across and down here. So we would come right from back there, come up here, and not cross the airbag ever. So light off. So now I need to run the wire through here as mentioned, and hopefully find some spot maybe to tie it down so it doesn't rattle too much. Just a small update here. So we removed the sun hand grip sun visor to drop this headliner I needed to remove the top pillar too in order to give a little bit more, and that was a pain. So basically this one, so right over there is the black part. You pull it on the side out, the other side, and then it pops out toward you. At that point you can go the top part. So right here is a special piece. That is this piece here. That is in here, and you cannot pull that out. So what you do is you actually hammer that in, and then it comes out. But now we have to fix that so we can reuse that. It's kind of designed not to be reused. You just put a new piece in there. So yeah, so I have to figure out if I can reuse that. And you have to wiggle it around that piece, the seat belt. Yeah, that was not a nice sight. So, but I just want to mention that it has gotten a little bit harder now. I was just pulling this here out here, and the trick was I put that into the vise, put the little cable ties to spread them apart, and then slowly pull them forward, so it's doable. And now it looks like it ought to be. So you could put that in. So here's a test. So we take that in and it fits in perfect, and then you pull it out. So you put that in, push it in a little bit, and it's locked in. Then you push it all the way in, then it comes out again. Interesting gadget there. Anyway, so now let's try to get the coax from this point to that point. Okay, did some more work. So now we have the coax going right here behind the airbag, nicely zip tied to it, and it goes down here and it comes out on the floor. So there I go, just under the mat to the radio, so that will be easy. So the rest is now, I think we're getting close to reassembling the car. So right there is where I also tied it up so it does not get into the airbag, and then it goes into right there's a block that keeps it away from, no, you can't see it. How come I see it and you don't? Over there, yeah. So over there is the block right there that keeps it from coming closer to the door, and then it just kind of goes across there, and that's it. So yes, I think I'm gonna reassemble the car here. So what happened is that the green tab slid down. So now it's spread. That's exactly the locking position that it should be. So that's not gonna work. So now I have to push the whole tab down, get that out, and move the green thing out again. Because right, that doesn't go in. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay. Just want to wrap up the install of the antenna. So right here is the antenna mount. That went fine. As we mentioned, the wiring goes under the ceiling. Insulation right here comes down right along the passenger side, along the pillar here, and then goes down inside of here. And right here you see coming out, going under the foot mat, and then right below it is the radio. For right now I just have it fed through. I have a switch right here, kind of not permanently made, so I might change that. The head is on the dashboard right now. That might change too. And if we go back on the back side, right here we see the back of the radio, which is mounted right under the seat. Right here I put some on the bracket. I put some rubber tubing here from a bicycle, just so it doesn't rattle. And that's it for this install. So thanks for watching.